Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, Monster Man Vapes here, and welcome to another video of the pre-made wire / coil review series, episode 6. And in this review, we're going to be taking a look at Medusa's framed staple coils. So, without any hesitation, and me not talking your ear off, let's dive down the table and take a closer look at these coils. Alright folks, so here's the packaging that the coils come in. It's that same Medusa coils style packaging. On the back, also you got the clear back of the bag. You see your coils, includes a pad of cotton. So, frame staples, these are Canthal frame staples, one pair, 0.3 per coil using 4-ply ribbon and 26 gauge with 32. So, next step is to open the bag and see how they look. So here is how the frame staple coils look. They're looking pretty clean. Like I said on the packaging, these are 4-ply of ribbon with 26 gauge frames and 32 for the outer wrap. And I gotta say, there's really no blemishes on these. These ones are actually very clean, very cleanly wrapped as far as the Clapton is. There seems to be no twists or where the ribbon bends or the frames get all wonky. These are actually looking very clean, so looking good so far for this review. And also the next step is to put them into an RDA, like I always use. I use the Twisted Methods 24 Pro. Now, I will say, the one thing I don't like is that you can see they're bent the same way the staggered fuse Claptons were, where they were bent the opposite direction, not this way. So getting these in position enough to get the cotton on this side or this side of the RDA is going to be a bit of a challenge, but we're going to see how well it can be done. So let's get these installed, shall we? Alright folks, let's bring this back up to FaceTime and give you my final thoughts. Okay, that one took a little bit longer than I expected as far as putting them in and getting the dry burn. Now, even though it uses 26 gauge frames with 0.4 ribbon wire, man, it's still a pretty stiff coil. I tried to push it over to try to give the cotton a little bit extra room as best as I could, but it did not want to budge hardly at all. And the thing is, you can't pull it back like you couldn't do on the stagger fuse Clapton, so you have to position them just right. You couldn't bring the coil all the way to the post and then pull them back as you needed. Now you had to position them just right. So the coil was originally read out to a 0.09 right before the dry burning process, but in the dry burning, the wicking, and the juicing stages, it came out to a 0.13. I got 150 watts. Even at 150 watts, though, it still has quite a bit of ramp-up time, which is kind of a downer for me. I'm not really a big fan of ramp-up. But it is, even though the wire was done very, very cleanly, it's still really not that good of a coil. It's got a little bit better flavor than that of the stagger fuse Clapton, and that's probably due to the ribbon kind of helping out the round wire a little bit. But the flavor is mediocre at best. It's at average, maybe a little bit below average in my opinion. Now, the one thing that I believe Medusa needs to understand when they make these pre-made coils is that the direction that they wrap it in. Again, they're wrapping it this way, not this way. So when you wrap them this way, it gives that lead on the outside that's closest to the well wall. It gives it that much more room for the cotton to seat in properly. As you saw during the build laps, that I had a hard time getting that little bit of cotton underneath the lead. So I bought this pair of coils for about $4 at my local vape shop. Is it worth $4? In my opinion, it's not, but it can be a good idea for someone who is starting out building and doesn't want to take the time, or someone who does not have the patience to learn how to make these coils. I like how they do have a pre-built set of exotic coils in order for beginner builders to experience these kind of vapes. So do I recommend them? If you're an experienced builder like I am that can make fuse Claptons, at the snap of the fingers, no, don't get them. But if you're a beginner builder, you don't know anybody that can build you coils, then yeah, I would try getting these, but do not expect crazy flavor. So that does it for this episode of the pre-made wire/coil series. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I value all my subscribers. And like I always say, until next time, Monster Man Vapes, signing off.